Bum, 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 bum. Alrighty. BattleFAILED 2042. I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, boom.
By keeps.
Isn't keeps for men who are balding? Apt.
War.
War never
Bullets,
changes.
Explosions. Chemicals. Worse. But every day, the weaponry that supplements these wars only gets better. Tens of billions of dollars. Thousands of hours of manpower. All spent on technology based on one thing. Complete and utter annihilation of the other side.
Can't you like puncture organs with like an air gun like that? I'm pretty sure you can. Hope he's okay.
Contraptions too sick to even ponder. And over the decades, this new technology has changed warfare immeasurably. And it's only getting more advanced. Robot.
Was that Jeff Bezos? Holy. Oh my god. How billionaires laugh.
Dogs, sentry guns, surveillance drones, and more are
Why is
either
it a
already
cat?
being used or are in early stages of testing. And as a result, the landscape of war is changing forever. And with 20 years of simulating modern combat with complete immersion, DICE sought to give us a glimpse into this future with their next game.
If it's not all about drone warfare, I don't want to play it.
And in 2021, with their most up-to-date tech, gargantuan budget, and 4 whole dev teams at their disposal, they were set
Too many cooks in the kitchen. It's gonna fail. It's gonna suck!
to launch the biggest and best Battlefield game of all time.
Oh boy.
Battlefield 2042. But first,
Oh boy.
your hair. There's a chance that over time, it could fall off. Just like it did to me.
No!
And 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the age of 35. But wait. Psst. Here, take this, kid. Keeps offers clinically proven treatments to eliminate hair loss for good. It's simple.
No
A
more
licensed
balding,
doctor will
chat.
review your details, recommend a treatment plan, and ship the goods to your door every 3 months. Most people start seeing results within 6. My god, that hairline is glorious.
Wow.
But wait, how about paying half of typical pharmacy prices? Or a year of unlimited doctor messaging? That's right, that hair loss never stood a chance. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to
Keep
keeps.com
your hair,
/bigboss
chat.
or click the link in the description. That's keeps.com /bigboss.
Boom, boom, boom.
November 20th, 2018.
Oh
Battlefield
boy.
5 has just fully launched, and it's looking a bit rough. Critics score
The amount of times that we've released the same garbage over and over. Like, the best part is that they fix the bugs, but then by the time they fix the bugs and make the game playable, the next one's already out and it's over. It's kind of like FIFA. You get FIFA and Madden.
scores are looking good, but user reviews, not so much.
This game is totally not ready for
Fake
release.
history, no atmosphere,
A
0
quarter
out
of a
of 10.
mediocre
Very sloppy
game.
SJW
This game
propaganda
already
rest
dead.
into feeling like a
EA
Kage
dice
style.
just robbed me.
Also, the marketing? Not the best. Turns out that insulting your fans and telling them not to buy your game isn't too productive here. Damn.
You
The
think
trailer
you
and
do, but
cosmetics
you
of the
don't.
game also proved to be controversial.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
And the launch came packaged with a horde of glitches, bad
Okay.
anti-cheat, unbalanced weapons, and massive portions of the game delayed.
Ah, yes, of course, everything but the skins. Yeah, horse armor in. Bugs? Ah, we can fix it later.
Overall, not great. It had also been
Nice.
2 consecutive World War Battlefield games, and the charm was starting to wear off. Fans longed for the days of high-rise skyscrapers, map-changing events, jets, helis, and so on. Now when it comes to military shooters, DICE isn't just anyone. They're EA's golden boy. EA sees Battlefield 5's sales are, well, disappointing. So they decide it's time for a change. And they know just what players want. It's Back to the Future, kids. And this is going to be a big one. And with that, pre-production of the next Battlefield begins.
But the whole point of Battlefield is that it's historical. I remember a bunch of my brother's friends and him playing the old-ass bitch-ass Battlefield.
Naturally, we don't hear much about Battlefield for a while. However, throughout 2021, leaks start to drip, and we get our first taste.
Chug chug chug!
Rumours of a return to Modern Warfare, a soft reboot of the franchise, a game heavily inspired by Battlefield 3, 128 players on PC and next gen. Wow. Then came the horribly grainy, seizure-inducing leaked trailer footage. Quality's not great, but we're parched. Then came another, and another.
It's Chug Chug!
They're eventually stitched into one slightly coherent trailer, and
Chug Chug!
oh yeah, now this looked like Battlefield. But finally, on June the 9th, 2021, the next Battlefield is officially revealed.
Whoa.
And it looks amazing. Also, we were now practically bathing in information. First, the bad news. The squad system is being revamped into a specialist system.
That is arguably one of Overwatch's worst decision making they've ever made, and they just copied them. Why? Why would you copy something that nobody likes? It's arguably the one thing that people really don't like about Overwatch.
Basically, this system sounds more akin to a hero shooter than a classic Battlefield game. This is controversial, but we'll have to see how it plays out. And then there's no campaign. Not a massive loss, to be honest. But that means more resources for multiplayer.
Yeah, surely,
Also,
right?
A ton of leaks are confirmed. 128 players, massive scale warfare, modern combat, and turns out EA is throwing 4 whole studios at it. They also say that it's way ahead of schedule.
Guys, they made Diablo 4 with 9,000 people involved, and it still turned out like shit. What do you think's gonna happen when you throw in 4 studios that aren't, like, the same in terms of, like, you know, management or, like, how they work together? Diablo 3 forever? I'll write somewhere down, chap. Diablo 3 wasn't that good.
Also, there would be 3 whole game sections. All-out warfare, the traditional Battlefield experience, including Conquest and Rush, Hazard Zone, DICE's second take on a battle royale, partly inspired by Tarkov, and Portal, a game mode that
Oh no, inspired by Tarkov? Oh god!
includes maps, weapons, and soldiers from classic Battlefield games.
Oh boy,
Things
pay to
were
win.
sounding great. And Battlefield
All those skins cost $20.
2042 was coming out in just 4 months, in October 2021.
Whoa!
But then it's delayed by a month. But don't worry, everyone will have a chance to jump into the free beta.
I'm pretty sure that's when they delayed, like, Shadowlands or something, too. Yeah, a bunch of companies all delayed their games around the same time. I remember this.
In just a few weeks' time.
Woo! The beta.
It's Friday, October 6th, and at 12 AM PDT, the beta goes online, and the first few players log on. Chaos. Awful player netcode results in rubber banding and abysmal hit registration. The balancing is dreadful. Bugs everywhere. And the game just generally feels off.
Guys, they'll fix it in beta. Guys, they'll fix it next patch. Guys, they'll fix it in the next game. Guys, they'll fix it in the next game.
sad?
Also, where was the voice chat? A scoreboard? Anyone?
What the hell is even that?
This was looking real bad.
Yikes.
Redditors take to the streets within hours. But DICE has an announcement. Gentlemen, relax. The build for the beta is a few months old. They tell us. The current build at DICE is in a lot better shape, and a ton of issues have been fixed.
Yeah,
There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Redditors rejoice immediately.
Guys, don't believe anything anyone says until you get it in, like, in your hands. Yeah, just don't listen to them.
Thank God. The game was going to be fine. Phew, that was a close one. And now the wait for release begins. Midnight, 12th of November, 2021. We'd waited months for release, and today was the day.
Oh boy.
Alright boys, it's go time.
We're not gonna get
Players
disappointed.
who forked out $100 to play the game a week before release boot up.
$100?
Go time. Players who'd forked out $100.
$100. $100 in 2021 too. Holy. Wasn't it $90 to play the Diablo 4 early access? Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you pre-order here, standard edition, it's open beta, but early access and game launch for open is actually the middle edition. Oh, we love pre-orders. That's scummy as fuck. I thought it was here, but it's here. Yeah, they're done. Okay, 3, 2, 1, boom.
To play the game a week before release, boot up the game, and jump in.
Oh boy.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Yeah, this looks like garbage. What the fuck? Uh-oh, clipping through the world. Did she just slit the neck of something that you can't even see? What? Yo, there's nothing there. What? Huh? Yeah, she killed the ghost and then it had blood all over it.
Can't even turn left or right.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Players are greeted with an experience so soul-crushingly terrible and fundamentally broken. The game is review bombed mere hours after it launches.
I wonder what the review rating on it is now.
Only a handful of things from the beta had actually been fixed. In fact, for some people, even more seemed broken. Enjoy the horrible performance of the beta.
Yeah, it's almost like more people played the game. This is why you have to play. You have to play. You have to pay people to Q&A. Beta testing is not fucking Q&A, man. Stop it. It's mixed now. I'm not surprised. Still probably not great.
How about more crashes?
Yay!
Even worse netcode. Blurrier graphics. Coming right up.
How? Wait, what?
Performance is awful on PC. And flickering and pop-ins plagues console.
Oh my god! What's wrong with your...
Whoa! Why does he look like a freaking... like an alien, man? Whoa!
Some fans are holding out for a comprehensive Day 1 patch that
Redditors are smoking copium. Day 1 patch? Please? Please?
would fix most of these issues when the game launched for everyone. But turns out, that had already gone up. Here's what it fixed. But when the game actually works, you can jump into the fleshed out and richly developed world of BattleFIELD 2042. The world is dark and gritty. The climate has gotten so bad that natural disasters are almost ubiquitous, causing states to fail everywhere. Millions are starving, left without a country, and fighting a constant resource war worldwide, causing Germany's bankruptcy and... wait, hold on. There's no campaign, so literally none of this matters at all. Also, if the world is so awful, why are the soldiers like this?
What a time to be alive!
Well, they're probably injecting a certain type of drug in their veins to feel good. Yay!
Well. That was fun. I am not overconfident. I'm just better than everyone else.
What the hell is that?
Bullet spread in hit registration is still abominable, and people are unloading full mags of their weapons at point blank range, and not landing a single hit.
I love that.
There are many such cases.
Dude, he's aiming right at them, man! Look!
The balancing,
Oh my God, man.
well, that's still awful too.
That is one big pile of shit.
The PP29 is almost the only viable automatic weapon, as it's the only one that can sort of land a shot. So naturally, half of the lobby is running around with it.
This Cleveland steamer saw Cyberpunk's launch and said, "Hold my fucking beer."
You wanna... Cyberpunk is really bad, but at least it doesn't have online, right? That's my argument. At least it was just like a shitty launch for like a single player type game. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, this game is online only and they scrapped the campaign. And they were like, yeah, surely it's gonna be good now. It'll get funded even more because they don't need to do the campaign, which is a lot of resources.
Hovercrafts are also incredibly overpowered, being that they're gunned. They spawn almost indefinitely, and there's 10 of them headed directly towards your team at all times.
Oh no.
They can also climb buildings and literally fly.
What?
Then there's the squad system, essentially the core pillar of a Battlefield game. This time round, it's not looking too hot. First off, it's a game with 128 players. Your squad is limited to 4. Not a great start. Then, unless you're with friends, you're forced into a squad of randomers, and you can't pick which squad to move to, or create your own. A friends come online halfway through your game? Unlucky. It's time to back out to the main menu, invite them, and search for a new one.
Oh my God.
Also, there are no squad points, no chat, no spawn preview, no emotes, and you can't see what equipment your squad is carrying.
They cut the campaign for this, by the way.
Essentially rendering your squad.
None of these bugs happen anymore? Who gives a fuck? You already paid $100 and it's dog shit. Yeah, Diablo 4 is a decent game a year later. That doesn't excuse the horrendous launch.
Absolutely useless.
That's not good.
Also, the addition of specialists means classes are now a thing of the past, making team play even more redundant. The specialist system also means that players on both teams look exactly the same. Didn't see that tiny friendly dot above your teammate's head? Unlucky, son. Maps in 2042 are abhorrently underdesigned, and around 70% of the lobby concentrated on a couple of flags, leaving about 4 players on any other objective at any given time. This is in a game of 128 people. The map size also results in running extremely long distances, only to get obliterated by snipers or helis. The actual graphics of the maps are in some cases worse than Battlefield 5. The destruction? Not great. Some buildings' walls are still destroyable, but you can't take down the actual buildings. Something you could do more than a decade ago in Bad Company 2.
That's a lot of damage.
My brother played this game. He really loved this game. He thought it was so fun. Like, how do you regress? Yeah, Bad Company, what, came out in, what, 2011, 12? I can't remember. Imagine regressing 10 years later, bro. That's so sad. That is so sad.
There are still destructive events, but needless to say, they fall a bit short of the mark. The content? Where is it? This game has a total of 22 weapons. Battlefield 4 had 83. Battlefield
22 guns, but only one of them is good.
4 also had 3 times the gadgets, 3 more maps, and a ton more customization for aircraft and helicopters. Then there's fewer game modes at launch, no stat page, no server browser, dog tags are gone, and so on. The movement. DICE said pre-launch that they were building on what they did with Battlefield 5. Let's take a look at that. Crouch sprinting? Not in the game. Rolling? Gone. Lying on your back while prone? Absent. Grabbing a ledge while falling? Not.
What's the point of making a shooter if you can't even do any of this? What? What?
In the game. Literally just leaning left and right like every game post 2012? Nope. You also can't dive under the water like you could in every Battlefield since 4.
Oh my
However,
god!
if you stab the water enough times, you can glitch yourself under it. The UI is so dreadful that you
I'ma show this water a lesson. I'm gonna stab it and make me go under.
can't even tell if your settings are toggled on or off. The melee, well, it speaks for itself.
Oh my god, that is so bad. Holy shit.
Assassinations are in the game, but they're lazily done. The man you're about to kill is prone. Why don't you help him up, kick him back down again, and stab him in the chest?
Wait, that's actually so good. Nah, man, that's really good. Yo, you want a hand? All right. Ah, fuck you. Die, die, die. What the fuck?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
DICE added AI bots to the game to pad out lobbies and make sure they're never dead. One issue, they're absolutely moronic.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
And lastly, there's still no stat page, voice chat, or even a scoreboard.
Imagine not having a voice chat for like basically a battle royale, where you get queued with randoms as well. That is pathetic. Yeah, no
And all of that
scoreboard.
was
I mean,
just the
like,
actual game.
yeah, like no scoreboard in a shooter. Like, what?
Design. Then there were the bugs. Are those my footsteps on dry concrete? Why
What
is my
the
gun
fuck?
firing blanks? Did you just die with so much as a toe touching a wall or rock? Sorry, pal. Nothing I can do.
Oh
You
my
just parachute
god.
down from the sky? Well, there's a chance that it stays deployed after you land. Meaning there's now a parachute above you at all times.
So now
completely
everybody can
giving away
see
your
you.
position. Vehicle physics are slightly broken. Helicopter hot landings are hot. Every time you jump in a tank gun, it's so jittery you might as well be sat directly on top of the engine. By the way, you can actually shoot yourself with that gun while getting inside.
What the fuck?
Nice. Then there's the random people frozen all around the map. No hit.
Wait, I've seen this clip. It's Shroud. Wait, I've seen this clip.
You shoot yourself with that gun while getting inside. Nice. Then there's the random people frozen all around the map.
Look at his face, dude.
No hit detection on buildings, flying across the map using a ladder, and so on.
They should have shown him like the full clip. He was like, wait, what?
But hey, the main game's not great.
What?
And Hazard Zone is pretty forgettable. But at least Portal mode is decent. Wait, what's that? The ability to earn XP from it has been removed because of people boosting.
Curva! What the fuck?
That was enough 2042 for one day.
That's so sad. Pathetic.
People are confused. What the hell, DICE? Where was the stat page? Voice chat? A scoreboard? Legacy features? DICE response? Their scientists and engineers had been strapped for time and couldn't get them working for launch. But they promised these intricate and time-consuming.
Well, we put skins into the game, but we don't want to put in a scoreboard and voice chat. Arguably one of the most important things in a fucking game!
Features would eventually be implemented. But forget about that. In terms of basic features, The game seemed to have regressed more than a decade.
Might as well just remove the guns at that point. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like, why do we need the guns? We can't even see how many people you've killed.
Even the graphics in some cases. Something was clearly disastrously wrong. And naturally, the inevitable happens. What was a strong start with over 100k players on Steam soon starts to dwindle. Within a single month, the game falls below Battlefield 5's player numbers.
Oh my god.
Player numbers get so bad that cheaters literally...
When was Battlefield 5 made? 2018. Holy, they lost to a game that came out 3 years ago.
discontinue selling their own cheats because of it. Damage control mode was now on. DICE devs gather round. What do players want? What do they need?
Skins!
What about skins?
Yep.
Steve, draft us up a Santa.
Chad, I should be part of like a big AAA gaming company. I could do so well. They need me.
Claus outfit. That looks amazing. Jeff, whip us up a medieval knight, would you? Day of the Dead Man. Baz, get on it. What about a clown skin? A clown. Perfect. Perfect. These skins end up getting leaked ahead of their launch.
Wait. Let me see that again.
These skins end up getting leaked.
A lumberjack, Blur's themed one. A clown, a bit toned down, but similar to Apex's caustic. A Sundance skin with some medieval. Wait, with World War II looking goggles. A medieval knight.
Ahead of their launch, and the backlash is so bad. DICE is forced
Oh my
to drop
god.
them. A series of DICE tweets also stokes some fires. First, a DICE employee tweets about fans' brutal expectations. A stat page, voice.
What is brutal of asking for things that have been in games that have already been made in the series, like in the predecessors? That's not even a criticism. That's like making a game. Yeah, you want something from 2009? What the fuck? Go play something else, you dumb bitch. How much effort is it to make like a scoreboard? Like realistically, like player shoots player 2 in head. Player 1 name change kill to 1+1. What the fuck? How is that difficult to implement, man?
Chat, basic squad mechanics.
10 weeks,
a mid-game
yeah.
scoreboard. Brutal indeed.
Yeah.
A pre-launch tweet where a DICE employee says that the game was in a solid state and that it wasn't his first rodeo also gains notoriety.
What?
So in a shocking twist, the developers of a released AAA game rush to actually finish their game. November 24th, patch 2 is released. This addresses the crazy bullet spread on most weapons, as well as addressing some other balancing issues. 2nd of December, patch 3 is released. This brings UI improvements and more.
The fact that they can't even like patch everything out, or at least decently out, is just mind-blowing to me. Pre-Christmas crunch time. I mean, I do feel bad for the devs to some capacity, but then they type up the Twitter shit and they're like, man, you guys are being brutal.
Balancing changes.
Like,
Also,
my sympathy.
The scoreboard was supposed to release in this update, but that's been delayed. Also, Season 1 of the game is delayed till summer. A full 6 months after launch, as DICE are so busy actually finishing the game. March 8th, 2022. Patch 3.3 is released. After months of work, DICE's finest engineers and top talent working around the clock,
Scoreboard
billions
chat.
in R&D, and unprecedented resource allocation, DICE had cracked it. And at the UN General Assembly, they showcase an actual, functioning scoreboard.
Wow!
My god. Nothing short of a miracle. April 18th, patch 4. It had taken 5 months of work post-launch, but now DICE's quantum mechanical scientists are on a roll.
Quantum mechanical.
Now they'd cracked something arguably more impressive. Multiplayer voice chat.
Which one of you motherfuckers called my mom gay?
Everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid...
DICE goes on to win multiple government communications contracts, and everyone on the team is nominated for Nobel Prizes, respectively. Oh, and after this patch, those physics-defying hovercrafts should no longer be flying through the stratosphere.
Oh, thank God.
Despite these cutting-edge advancements, almost no one is actually
Wait, they didn't even both blow up. It was just the helicopter that got blown up.
playing the game. Over 100,000 have actually signed a petition to get it refunded. But on June the 9th, Season 1 is finally released. Version 1.0. Finally, what DICE considered a full game. 7 months after launch, and Season 1 adds 1 map, a specialist, 2 guns, and 2 helicopters.
I'm sorry, watching this video gives me a headache because then I realize that this doesn't happen just to shooters, it happens to like every game that I enjoy. Like, I had some hope in Diablo, right? And with how buggy it was, and like I played it and I kind of had fun, but then I got bored, right? I still encountered really heinous shit. It's just like, why can't we just release a full game? Like, why? Why do we need to pump money and then say, oh, 7 months later, now we're ready! Now we're ready! Yay! Now we can release a battle pass for $20! Woo! How does it feel to see every franchise you love become a pile of shit? It makes you want to go back and play old games.
2 whole guns? Whoa-y.
Wow, and 2 helicopters. 2 bloated, too much money? You think so? I think it's because the people that make games and then the project managers and the people who manage these dev studios don't actually play their game. They just get whipped by EA and into making them and printing them money.
Compare this to Battlefield 1's first DLC that included 4 maps, 2 operations, a new mode, 6 new weapons, 2 tanks, and a new class. Despite the lack of content, this does revive the player base somewhat. Season 1 also includes a ton of patches, one of which fixes the bug where landing your helicopter at the pace of a falling feather. Includes a ton of patches, one of which fixes
made improvements to the landing of helicopters who should not explode as easily when touching the ground at landing speeds. Not it's going to fix it. It should not. Yeah, it took 7 months to patch that. In my Battlefield game.
The bug where landing your helicopter at the pace of a falling feather would result in instantaneous explosion.
Boom!
Plans to rework maps and classes are also underway.
Oh my god! Whoa, what the fuck? Dude, that's not a human face! What are these wrinkles, man? What? Yo! They reduced his forehead and then his nose, like, his wrinkles got realistic. Yeah, this guy has plastic surgery and then they undid it. Oh my god. They gave him a beard and a scarf. What is going on? This is way too funny, but kind of sad.
What went wrong? Well, let's dive in. A month after the game's launch, prominent leaker Tom Henderson releases a video explaining, from his sources, the inside scoop of development. It's interesting. According to him, due to EA's restrictions on creative freedom, a ton of DICE's veteran developers leave the studio to...
Oh, that'll do it. Oh, that'll fucking do it. Holy shit. 2003. This guy has been around since 1991. He left after 23 and a half years. Vice President has been around for 15 years. He lives in 2000. Dude, this is actually kind of sad. Yeah, a lot of them left to make Embark Studios. And then a bunch of them left for fall damage, and then a bunch of others like kind of just scattered. That is so insane.
Form their own after Battlefield 5's release. This is also when pre-production for 2042 is just getting going. EA looks around. They see a market filled with battle royales and hero shooters, all just bursting at the seams with money. They want in, and they think Battlefield would be perfect for it. Their game plan is simple. Listen lads, see all that popular stuff out there? Do that. And DICE gets to work. In February 2019, Respawn's Apex Legends releases and basically starts printing EA money straight out the gate. EA
make it like Apex, but with Battlefield skins!
Nice. So DICE takes a bit of inspiration, and in late 2019, a battle royale setting and the concept of specialists are born. Now there are a few problems surfacing, the first up being the game's engine, Frostbite. Battlefield 5 was developed in just 2 years, meaning DICE didn't have the time to update the game's engine to the newest version.
No.
This time round, however, their game had 3 years in the oven, so DICE has plenty of time to upgrade. Now, it was DICE's devs who'd actually created Frostbite in the first place, so this would be a breeze. Wait, hold on. Haven't all those devs just left?
Uh-oh.
Oh god. So barely anyone
Oh no, barely anyone knows what to do. Yikes!
left at DICE knows how to actually use the engine. And naturally, 2042's Frostbite update ends up taking a while. A long while. In fact, upgrading the engine alone takes over half of the game's development time.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible.
What was supposed to take 6 months has now taken 18. Fast forward to March 2020, and everyone's working from home now. This is not good. A process that takes a few minutes in office could now take hours. Also, EA has decided to backtrack, and is now saying they want 2042 back to a more classic Battlefield formula.
Oh,
DICE
Jesus.
now has to spend a ton.
When you make changes like that, it's terrible. Especially when you're, like, flipping genres around, too. You can't do that, man! Oh my god!
Ton of time redesigning the game, and the original concept of 2042 is tacked on as a new game mode. Hazard Zone. August 2020.
Yeah.
The concepts and ideas are finalised, and the actual game development begins. This leaves DICE around 1 year and 3 months of actual development time. This
Oh my god.
is very short for a AAA game of this scale.
Yeah, a year and 3 months. Oh, shit.
And that's compounded by the fact everyone's working from home. Also, new devs are still joining.
COVID is unironically one of the worst things that's ever happened to the video game industry. Like, if you think about it, even though, like, things like Fortnite and all those other games like, are really, really popular because of COVID and all that, you have to think about how bad it is for the people that joined in and it ruined their, like, how do I say it? A bunch of people, first of all, they got hired on, they had to work from home, and now these people want to work from home, but the companies won't let them, so they usually let them go, or they just leave. Or they get fired, even better. Not really. I think it's both really, really good, but also really, really bad. Good in the ways that I think that a lot of good games came out, but at the same time, I think it ruined a lot of people's lives that work in the industry. Also for the people that manage them. Yeah, and imagine having to manage people's work when you're not working in an office where you can't see what they're doing. Like, that is a logistical, like, problem. And now they're expecting, the other thing that they're expecting now as a company is that they think that that growth from COVID is going to be the same post-pandemic, and that's why it made it so much worse.
Of Diablo 4, where veteran devs with Clue all left. and the 6,000 new ones had zero clue, zero plan, zero oversight, would constantly redo and scrap what others did, and they proudly talked about that during interviews. AAA is cooked.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, man. There's so many people, man. I know you can make a game with like one person, but you don't need to. You also don't need 1,000 people to make a game, or like 3,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 or 9,000. Indie thrived in COVID because they were used to it. Yeah, no, I totally understand that, because indies have to deal with like time constraints and having limited resources, but I'm talking about, so you release a game like Among Us and say it was made by a AAA development company. If they kept sucking that dry, they would have fired everyone and then expected Among Us to keep going on forever. Like, now Among Us is completely irrelevant and no one cares about it, but they kind of, you know, it's already done. They made their money and they left. Whereas other companies, they hired on more people to deal with the COVID crunch and having more people playing the game, having to manage more servers or making more money because they want to release more content. And now we're stuck because we have to fire all these people because we're not making as much money and turning over as much of a profit. It sucks. I feel really bad for them.
In fact, at this point, almost 90% of DICE's designers had joined after Battlefield 1. 60% during 2042. DICE is now a completely different studio.
I don't even know who you are.
In February 2021, EA's CEO comes out to the world. The Battlefield team is doing an incredible job. The game is way ahead of internal milestones. Isn't that right? Sure. A month later, and DICE realises they're definitely not going to hit internal milestones. Frostbite engineers are then forced to drop their projects and jump on board. Time goes by, and progress on the game is made. And by August...
And that's another thing. When other studios need help, they will put other employees that don't know what the hell they're doing to try and help, like, a project within the company, like EA. They'll onboard them even though they don't know what's going on, and it becomes even more of a mess.
The game is being beta tested internally. It's not long before the consensus is clear. This game is hot dog shit.
Yeah, it's over.
The only option here is clearly another delay. This game could use at least another year in the oven. No, says EA. No more delays. No more ovens.
Yeah.
The game is launching this year.
I love corpos.
DICE has no choice. And on the 12th of November 2021, the game releases.
Oh, yikes.
Battlefield 2042 today is in a much more solid state, and DICE has even recently released their first reworked map. Here's how that's going. However, at this point, few people are still playing the game. 2042's Steam numbers stoop down to sub 5,000, and the game slips further into irrelevance. Claims begin to circulate that EA is now in abandoned ship mode, and that 2042 devs are now down to a skeleton crew. And so, another one of EA's once talented developers has been squeezed dry.
Yeah, they do that with every company they touch. There are so many studios that EA has, like, put their hand on, like, on their shoulder, and they're like, okay, come join EA, and they just crush them. They squeeze them like a lemon, and then they just toss them aside. Yeah, Westwood, BioWare, everything.
Talent harvested, and its franchise forever tainted.
Yep. One of the worst things you can hear is that EA is buying one of my favorite franchises, then you know it's over. 10K players? Whoa! 10K for Battlefield? That was a good video. Thank you, Big Boss! That was awesome. Oh, yeah.